Here we are behind the scenes, or rather behind the lethargy, of the video for the new single by the laziest man in show business. Now, I've worked with this fella before, and I can tell you it hasn't been a pleasant experience, but a paycheck's a paycheck. Let's get this over with. The song is called Never See Your Face, and I wrote it as the theme song to a fictional Bond film called You Only Die Once, or Yodo, as the kids used to say. This is the basement scene. It looks and sounds like a real basement, but in fact it's a set. It's going to be torn down and thrown away after the video is done. So while I have your attention, I wanted to talk about my environmental charity. Yes, it was a physically demanding role. I had to gain 25 pounds of muscle in about 2.5, 3 days. So not a lot of time, but you know, these shooting schedules can be tight, so you roll with it as best you can. So much garbage going into landfills, and well, to be honest with you, we haven't really made much progress. The video does have like sort of a narrative through line, which is basically you have one character above ground, one below ground, and it's sort of a commentary on the shadow self and the unlived life and the realized life and where those two might intersect. It was interesting. I mean, I've never done like a narrative video like that before.
There's a shower scene in the video. What's the significance of that?
Well, I just wanted people to know what I look like when I'm taking a shower. We're about to film what I would call the climactic scene. It's the one that holds the entire narrative together, and so it has to work. I've been putting it off for a while because I wasn't really sure how I wanted to shoot it or how I was even going to shoot it. And I'm still not really sure, but it has to get done. You know, at a certain point you've got to rise to the occasion, and it just becomes a choice. And once you've made that choice, it's already done. So we've made the choice, and we're going to make it happen. Where's my coffee cup? Did I finish it already? Where is it? No. Put it aside. I'll get it. A lot of deadlifting. I would do triples with about 800 pounds, 900, 950 or whatever. So I do triples with that on the minute, they call it. I do that for about 16 hours. Well, that was the first 2 days, and then the third day it was only 8 hours. I wonder which landfill this set's gonna end up in. Oh, greatest Bond themes, besides mine. You know, I gotta go with, I gotta give it to We Have All the Time in the World by Louis Armstrong. You know, it's a fabulous track. It's either that or You Only Live Twice by Nancy Sinatra. You know, they were going to have Frank do it, and then Frank was like, oh, why don't you use my daughter? And she did a great job, you know, so nepotism isn't all bad. It's the way of the world, kids. Get used to it. And then the next day I had to lose 50 pounds, so nothing but chicken and broccoli that day. Whew. That was a long day. I was dreaming about pizza. There's so much great music in James Bond. There's the main theme, obviously, but there's also Live and Let Die, A View to a Kill, Thunderball, Goldfinger. That one's great, you know. I mean, I have my own personal theme song. That would be Brown-Eyed Handsome Man by Chuck Berry. But if my theme song wasn't Brown-Eyed Handsome Man by Chuck Berry, it would be You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate. But if it wasn't You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate, it would be Goldfinger by Shirley Bassey. It's 8:45 already? I mean, that is by far the biggest question I get asked, is how did you get in shape for the role? And I just tell people, like, if you're looking for a shortcut, steroids. Where it stands right now is I have to remix the song. Probably have to do some re-recording on it, and I have to edit the video together. I have to finish filming a little bit of it and edit it together. So that's where it is right now.
When are you going to release it?
Well, whenever I have time to finish it.